Struggling to crush unrest, Iran turns to public executions.
Here's a summary of the article.
Some protesters feel that the regime may also be using executions as a way to shore up its own supporters, and reduce the risk of dissent in its ranks by showing it will deal severely with alleged crimes against members of the security forces and pro-government militia. Some members of the Besiege and security forces have died and the regime thinks that it is their duty to take revenge, said Tehran resident Yan, an aspiring filmmaker also in his 30s, who was also involved in the demonstrations. The executions have been met with a range of emotions among Iranians at home and abroad. My sense is one of shock, resignation and enhanced determination, Ansari said. Many people are terrified by the executions, but Saeed noted that with fear comes unpredictability, which he says is a potential danger for the regime. In all, at least 475 people have been killed and 18,000 others arrested, according to the Washington area-based watchdog group Human Rights Activists in Iran. The Iranian authorities are adamant on continuing their killing spree, both on the streets and through sham trials. Diana Eltahawy, Amnesty International's deputy director for the Middle East and North Africa, said in a statement after Shakari's execution. Amnesty has tallied 12 people it says are facing the death penalty related to the protests, and another 5 who are facing trial or have been charged with crimes carrying the death penalty.
This post received a score of 17,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
If the punishment for protesting is the same punishment for killing one of your oppressors?
Yeah, there is zero chance this won't backfire horribly.
Yeah, a dramatic public martyrdom has never led to a revolution or anything. I mean, a nobody burning himself alive is what started the Arab Spring, and it was in freaking Tunisia, arguably the most chill and progressive country of them all.
Why are tyrannical regimes so miserably stupid? 12,000 years of civilization, of dictators squeezing too much, of revolutions and toppled governments, and these motherfuckers are still out here running plays from the Stone Age. How much of the world's problems stem from a bunch of contrarian old men obsessed with their pride and power who are just incapable of adapting?
Literally just thin-skinned fragile egos for centuries. Millennia.
If they believe going backwards in time is the solution, maybe they can sit in a cave and worship paintings.
Paintings offend the deity.
That's Sunni, not so much Shia. And Iranian Islamic art was developed out of the Persian style, so even less so in Iran actually.
Thank you. Shows how a little knowledge can be worse than none.
God damn, I hate that saying so much. Maybe it's the culture I'm coming from, where people might take it too literally sometimes.
I'll volunteer an older one that I think completes the idea more thoroughly. A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep, or taste not the Pierian spring. Their shallow draughts intoxicate the brain, and drinking largely sobers us again. Alexander Pope.
Instructions unclear. Am now very drunk.
IMN. This all started because they murdered a teenage girl. Do they think that doing that more will stop it?
But these murders go to 11.
Wouldn't it be better to just make them all 10, but louder murders?
Well, but this one goes up to 11.
Did anyone ever actually make an amp that goes to 11, as a nod to the film?
Yes.
I can't see this ending well for the government. Iran is overripe for regime change.
A number of uprisings have been fueled by this kind of thing. Outrage over the sentences convincing people the regime has no legitimacy. The Shah's downfall was fueled by funerals. Shia congregate 40 days and other times after death, as well as for the funeral itself, for protesters at which they would protest, and more would be killed. This became self-perpetuating. I am not sure this will end well for the regime.
Unless someone arms the protesters, it seems likely the regime stays in power. They can do this sort of thing because the protesters are not armed.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.